Hello everyone, welcome back to the Practically Blind Workshop, or welcome if you're new. Today what I've got is 3 projects that use up small pieces of scrap plywood, because I seem to have quite a lot, and because I don't like throwing anything away like most woodworkers. So the first project is these little blackboards shaped like gift tags, and I've just put a bit of string through the hole there for hanging. And what you do is you just cut the shape and size of board that you want, give it a good sand down, and get yourself a tin of blackboard paint, give it a nice coat of that, and it's all done. It's a really quick, easy project which uses up scraps of plywood, which I'm sure a lot of woodworkers have. And I managed to make about 10 of them, and you can give them away as presents, or you might be able to sell them for a few quid each at markets. So yeah, all you have to do is cut your strip, cut 45s at the corners, give it a good sand down, put a hole in the top, and then it's done. And the thing is, with this project, you can make them any shape. This one's just a rectangular one, and you can make any, like heart shaped ones or animal shaped ones. But it's just a good way to use up bits of scrap ply. You just need a bit of cloth or kitchen towel to wipe it off, and it's ready to go again. For this next project, I've got 2 pieces of plywood about 6mm thick and about 250mm by 200mm wide, and I've got a small scrap of 18mm ply. Not sure if I'll use that yet. And what I'm going to start by doing is cutting some 2.5-inch or about 7cm strips out of this 6mm ply. So yeah, I've set my fence to about 7cm. And I'm just going to cut some strips. Using the other piece, I'm now going to cut 2 strips at 9cm wide. So I've got 3 strips at about 7cm wide, about 2.5 inches, and I've got 2 strips at 9cm wide, or about 3.5 inches. These are going to be the sides and the dividers, and these are going to be the ends and the bottom. I'm now going to cut one of these 9cm pieces in half on the chop saw, and I'll see you in a minute when I've done that. So I've done that, and I've also cut the corners off of the top of both pieces just for decoration. I'm now going to cut the second 9cm piece to a length that I think looks right. You can make this any dimension that you want. I'm just going to cut it at about 150 millimeters, about 6 inches. So I've cut that piece. I'm now going to glue and pin these side pieces to the bottom piece. Right, so that's the two ends glued to the bottom piece. That will now determine the length of the side pieces, which I'll get cut on the chop saw, and I'll be back in a sec. So I'll just cut one for the minute and I'll get that glued and pinned on. So now I've just cut the other side piece and I'm going to get that glued and pinned on as well. So off camera I've just made up this little divider and I'm just going to get that glued in next. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut a piece of dowel to make the handle. And next time you see this, it'll be pretty much done. And there we have a little novelty desk organizer. So I've not put any finish on this. I'm probably going to paint it just to hide the mistakes that I've made. A bit of breakout here, super glue squeeze out, but I was slightly rushing it just to get the video finished. But you can make it any size you want. In hindsight, I probably should have gone a little bit deeper because of the pins aren't quite supported properly, but it works okay. So yeah, that's project number 2. So for project number 3, what I did was I cut loads of small strips of ply at about 100mm or about 4 inches wide, and I stacked and glued them until they came to about 4 inches thick. And this is what that is. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to clean this all up, clean all the glue, squeeze, get it all square, and I'll see you in a minute. Right, so I've cleaned this block up on the belt sander, and I've cut a clean end at each end, and I've just set a stop block on the chop saw at about 15 millimeters, and now I'm going to cut a load of slices out of this block. So now I'm just going to give these another quick sanding just to take all the sharp splintery edges off. So I've given them a nice sand down, and now I'm just going to get some darkish stain on them. And there you have it, 3 easy projects that use up small scraps of ply that you'd normally throw away. You've got your mini blackboard, coasters, and your stationary caddy, your little novelty toolbox shape. I think the coasters are my favourite. Just I like how the lines pop with that stain. So yeah, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Please give me a thumbs up and a share and a comment and a subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And I'll see you in the next one. Hello everyone. I'd just like to thank you for watching till the end of this video. I just wanted to mention some other things that I get up to in my spare time. And one of them is I have a Amazon merch on demand account where I design t-shirts and other merchandise for Amazon. And they deal with all the printing and shipping, and all I do is I just upload designs, and if I sell any I get a small commission. And what I've done is I've put a link below to some of my designs, and if you would like to help me out, maybe you'd like to buy a t-shirt or a mug or a phone case or a hoodie, and yeah, like I say, that would help me out,